We're going to continue on this theme of the debt deadlock and bring in Mike Lux. In the early 90s, he was a special assistant to President Clinton. He is also a member of the Obama-Biden transition team. He is now the CEO and co-founder of Progressive Strategies. Mike, welcome to the newsroom. Glad to have you with us. That delayed vote last night seals the deal in your mind in that we're not going to make the deadline. Is that true?
I don't know that it seals the deal, but it sure is looking dark. I think that the Republicans can't get a vote on their own. They're going to have to go
Which is why Boehner delayed.
Right, exactly. They're going to have to go to a bipartisan approach. But if they go to a bipartisan approach, that creates leadership problems for the Republicans. Boehner's worried about losing the speakership. So they've got a mess.
I have to just interject here because we did have David Addington on with us earlier. In fact, he was the former chief of staff to former VP Dick Cheney, and he said this is not about the speaker being weak. This is not about John Boehner. This is about the role that the speaker is forced to assume. Therefore, John Boehner is not actually weak. This process does not show him to be weak. This is just what happens.
Well, it's what happens.
You look like you're about to say no comment, but go ahead.
It's what happens when you have a weak speaker. You know, when
is he really a weak speaker?
I think he is. When we were in the Clinton White House and we were negotiating with Gingrich, you could cut a deal with Newt because you know we disagreed with him most of the time, but you could cut a deal with him because he actually could deliver the votes. Boehner can't deliver the votes. He can't get this deal done without Democrats. Some Democrats voting for it because there are so many Republicans who won't follow him.
It's worth pointing out these plans are not that far apart. The Reid plan, right, and the Boehner plan are actually not that far apart. So why can't this get done?
Yeah, after all the Sturm and Drang, we now have two plans that are reasonably close. I think right now it's more politics in the House Republican caucus. People trying to look tough, people saying we can't cut a deal with Obama. And I think it's going to take, unfortunately, I think it's going to take more market damage before they're
What kind of
willing to
can you quantify it? What do we need to see? Like a 200-point sell-off?
You know what? I think that we might need to see
2,000-point sell-off.
Well, you know, we had a 800-point sell-off in the middle of 2008. When they voted down TARP. I think we could see that again, and that might have an effect on the Republican
Because the market
caucus.
up to this point has effectively been saying, we think there's going to be a deal. I mean, they've been selling, but they haven't been dumping.
Well, yes, the market and corporate folks in general have thought there would be a deal because that's how Washington usually works. You know, we had a government shutdown and two government shutdowns in the mid-'90s, but ultimately we came together, we had a deal, we were able to cut a deal. The Republican House caucus is too out of control to be cutting any deals, and I think more and more people are realizing that and getting spooked.
Getting spooked. We need a bigger sell-off. Mike Lux, we thank you very much, CEO of Progressive Strategies.